Hello YouTube, it's Gwave here, and today we are going to be doing another GTA 3 walkthrough. So today we are going to be finishing Kenji's, the rest of his missions, and in the last video I did with Asuka, I decided to do one of Asuka's Kenji's missions, his first mission when I did Asuka and her final mission, because I didn't want the video to be too short, guys. So today I'm actually going to be finishing Kenji's missions. So let us just get some wheels first. Not much. And yeah, I remember in the last video that I sort of mispronounced some words of what I said, especially in the end between the Yakuza and that. So let me refresh and let me correct myself, because I remember in my last video I mispronounced what I was saying. So basically, the Yakuza, even though they are a mafia, they are the third strongest, and they are losing power and influence because of Spank. And I'm going to explain this more when I do Kenji's mission. So in GTA 3, here are each of the mafias and their power structure. The Leones are number 1, the Cartel are number 2, and now the Yakuza, they're the third. But they're in a power struggle, and we're the same thing with the Leones, because the Cartel are kicking the Yakuza's butt. And the Cartel have basically made deals with other gangs, and they're selling Spank in the Yakuza's areas, which is why the Yakuzas are losing territory. And not just that, the Triads have, of course, started selling Spank, and so the Triads are now dealing Spank as well. So now the Triads and the Yakuza, they're equally matched. Fortunately for the Yakuzas, the Leones, I mispronounced this before. I said the Leones are at war with the Yakuzas. I mispronounced that, my bad. The Leones are at war with the Triads, not the Yakuza. And the Leones have been kicking the Triads' butts, and so the Triads have lost even more influence, and the Yakuza are still third, but they're still losing power to the Cartel. And the Leones are too strong for them. Even though Claude helped the Yakuza with the Leones, they couldn't have done that without Claude. So now we're going to get to Kenji's mission. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto. Wow, the only mission named after the game.
It is impossible to overestimate the importance of etiquette in this line of work. To my eternal shame, a man once did me a favor, and I've never had the opportunity to repay his kindness. The man's weakness is motor cars, and he has requested that we acquire him certain models for his collection. Needless to say, we must give him the cars as a gift to repay the debt that I owe him. You must obtain the cars on this list and deliver them to a garage behind the car park in Newport. My honor demands it.
So basically, Kenji says some guy he did a favor for, we don't know who this guy is asking Kenji to steal some cars for him. And that's what Kenji is having Claude to do. And notice how Kenji says honor a lot, like how Kenji constantly says his honor demands it and that, and Kenji talks about this a lot in all of his missions. So basically, Kenji is there's like this stereotype thing towards the Japanese people that everyone believes that, oh, the Japanese are so honorable, they would never do anything wrong, like everything they do is simply just for honor. And this is a stereotype towards Japanese people. That is yeah, that's not true, guys. That's not true. Japanese, we all can do dishonorable things no matter what the race is. But yes, this is like a big stereotype towards Japanese people, like, oh, they have high honor in that.
Session, and I'm followed next month by DJ Nick with that!
So yeah, like that was a whole stereotype towards Japanese people that, oh, their whole honor and that they would never do anything disrespectful and that, and everything they do is for honor. Honor, like that was a big stereotype towards Japanese people. And yeah, people like Kenji definitely proved this with him saying honor and stuff, and his honor demands it all and that, like.
Burros not so good. They taste like goldfish. Meat's real stringy. You know what I mean?
Actually, I can't say that I do. But if I did eat too much squirrel and put on a few extra pounds, I'd use the Dormatron. Unlike those other exercise machines that require you to be awake, the Dormatron actually exercises you overnight. Let's learn a little bit more about it.
I've tried everything, and I just couldn't keep those extra 200 pounds off. It started to affect my marriage.
She was too big for me, and I'll sleep with anything.
The Abdometrix, the Thiasize, the tummy stapling.
So yeah, the reason why I didn't want to talk, guys, is because I realized that I rarely played that much radios. I barely played that much radios when I do my missions, and I realize that now. So since we're here, I am going to save first. So as I was saying before, so yeah, the Yakuza in GTA Advanced, the Yakuza, they were basically the second most powerful mafia because the Forellis have lost all their territory. The Forellis were now weak, and so the Yakuza took over their position as the second most powerful mafia in Liberty City. And the Yakuza, they started gaining more power ever since they recovered a little bit from the events of Liberty City Stories. In Liberty City Stories, the Yakuza, they took full advantage of the war between the Leones, the Forellis, and the Sindacos, the Triads, and the Diablos. And they took advantage of this. However, the Sicilians even manipulated them. Massimo, the main antagonist of GTA Liberty City Stories, he eventually manipulated the Yakuza, and the Yakuza were following his orders. So basically the Yakuza were then dealing with a bunch of people. So now we're going to do Kenji's next mission, Deal Steel.
When trouble looms, the fool turns his back, while the wise man faces it down. The Colombian cartel have ignored repeated requests to leave our interests in liberty well alone. Now they are negotiating terms with the Jamaicans in order to humiliate us further. They are finalizing a deal across town. Take one of my men, steal a Yardley car, and go pay your respects to the Colombians. Our honor demands that you leave no one alive.
See, that's what I mean, like the whole stereotype between the Japanese and honor. Like, notice how Kenji in every sentence he says, my honor demands it. Like, Kenji can't go. The only time I think Kenji ever says his honor doesn't demand anything is literally the first time we meet him with Asuka. So we have to steal a Yardie car. So basically the Yardies are the most powerful street gang in Liberty. Like, yes, the Leones are the most powerful mafia, but the Yardies are a gang. They're a street gang. Like a bunch of hoodlums and that. And they are the Jamaican street gang. The Yardies are the Jamaican street gang, and their leader is King Courtney. Now, King Courtney, I honestly am curious on how old he is, because Courtney has been around since the events of GTA 1. Hold up, let me just check something, guys.
To the email crew and the sexfm@movieshow.com. Let's put the time code. Get down now.
So here we are. We're here to pick up a Yakuza soldier that Kenji has given us. So now Kenji wants us to impersonate the Yardies and make it seem like the Yardies don't want to work with the cartel. Like, basically, that's what Kenji wants us to do. He wants us to mess up the relationship between the Yardies and the Colombian cartel. It's basically like the same thing that Nico did in GTA 4, messing up the relationship between the Ancelottis and the Albanian street gang.
What Mr. DJ time code?
So you fools can talk, man.
Oh shit. I killed my backup. R.I.P. random Yakuza soldier. I'm sorry. You should have never been in the way. That's your fault. So yeah, you don't need the Yakuza soldier to complete the mission, and that's what I like about GTA 3, that whenever a random soldier is given to you, you don't need them to accomplish the mission, and it's not a game over if they die. Bruh, that's your fault. You bumped into me. So yeah, the Yardi car looks good, but it wobbles a lot. Like, it doesn't balance, and it can't really take that much damage. So before we do Kenji's next mission, I just need to make a quick stop somewhere, guys. Just need to make a quick stop.
I'll get you!
Black Death, witch burnings, and
So yeah, that's what Kenji had us did. Oh wait, never mind, I gotta do one more gun right here.
In the Navy.
Oh man.
Son or Beverly, whatever your name is.
All right, next caller, you're on Chatterbox. What is on your mind?
Turnips. Fruit vegetable.
So I'm going to save real quick, guys. Let me just save. So, like I said, just like with the Leone mission, where Tony gives you those 2 Leone soldiers, you don't need them in order to complete the mission, and it doesn't matter if they die, because they're just 2 random soldiers. It only matters when the game says you're supposed to protect them, or if they're one of the main characters. Like with 8 Ball, we were supposed to keep 8 Ball safe. We're supposed to keep 8 Ball safe, and that's what happened. So the Yardies are the most strongest street gang in Liberty City. Like, I already talked about the mafias, but now I'm going to talk about the gangs, you know, the hoodlums, the people who are in the hood, the gangs. And so the Yardies are number 1, the Diablos are number 2, and the Red Jack Hoods are the weakest, number 3. I'm not too sure if the Avenging Angels are around, because they're not in this game. The Avenging Angels are basically the Angels of Death's original name. And then, of course, we got the 9 Liners. The 9 Liners are the weakest street gang in Liberty. And so, yeah, so the Yardies are the number 1 most powerful gang, and the Diablos are number 2. And the the cartel has convinced King Courtney and the Yardies to join. King Courtney was around since the very first Grand Theft Auto game. He was in the very first game, and that's what he's very famous for. He doesn't make an appearance in this game, but he does talk to Claude on the phone, and we're going to do King Courtney's missions another time. So that's what Kenji was doing. He wanted us to mess up the relationship between the Yardies and the cartel, and so it's basically like what, you know, what of Jerry McCreary had Nico did with the Ancelottis and the Albanians. Shima, I don't know how to pronounce that.
To be truly strong, it is important that you never show weakness. The business is fortunate enough to have our protection. Settle their accounts today. Go and collect the money immediately, so we can enter it into the casino accounts.
So what Kenji is doing is that he's running a protection scheme. This is basically like when a mafia or a gang offers to protect your business for payment, and if you refuse to pay them, they're going to destroy your business, they're going to hurt you, they're going to wreck your stuff until you choose to pay. So that's what Kenji is telling Claude to do, and this was when direct deposit wasn't all that strong yet. Like, this was before, like, direct deposit was like a huge deal, and it wasn't made yet. And Kenji doesn't want, you know, the money to be traced to him if one of the people know him. And protection schemes are really not big now because everyone is aware of what they are and what they do. Oh, this guy is a Diablo. So it seems that the Diablos are taking Kenji's money. And this is what I mean, that the Yakuza are not really all that strong. Like, think about it, guys. The only gangs that would normally fight the Leones are the ones that are more powerful. And I know the Diablos, I know a bunch of people when I say that, I know they're going to say, George, didn't in Liberty City stories the Leones have problems with the Diablos? That's because the Diablos were being sided with the Sicilians, and the Sicilians promised to help them. But either way, this just proves that the Yakuza are not as strong as the Leones. Hence why if Claude was set for life, he wouldn't be dealing with this problem with the Leones. But now we're going to get the next protection money.
I can't pay you, and I wouldn't pay you if I could. Some young gang just dragged up the place. They took everything. You guys are useless. What kind of Yakuza are you anyway?
So apparently the Diablos have stolen the money that was owned by Kenji. And you know what? I think the cartel were the ones that hired the Diablos to do this. Because how would the Diablos know about this? How would the Diablos know this? Obviously the cartel hired the Diablos to do this. So basically the Diablos, and this is even more proof that the Yakuza are not all that powerful. They're not weak. They're the third strongest gang in Liberty. They're the third strongest mafia, but still, they're not all that powerful. Like I said, the Yakuza are really losing this war with the cartel. If it wasn't for Claude, they would have been completely lost. Because the Yakuza don't got any gangs on their side. The Leones, they got the Red Jack Hoods on their side. The Leones have the Red Jack Hoods. And the cartel, they got the Yardies. And again, I really think possibly the Triads and the Diablos. Possibly. I don't know if the Diablos are on their side, but it is a possibility. Because think about it. How would the Diablos even know about this? Obviously, Catalina told them about this, and she told the Diablos to go down there and do this for her, and she offered them money. But even if the Diablos were doing this by themselves, it just proves more just how weak the Yakuza are in comparison to the Leones. Yeah, just give me one moment, guys. Give me one moment. Yeah, give me one moment, guys. yeah, basically that's it right there. Like, I was on the phone right now, guys, and again, I'm sorry if you didn't hear me. I was on the phone, so... Oh, I can't take that car.
Today, I'm gonna play you some sassy ladies from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Here's a taste for you.
So let us do Kenji's final mission, Smackdown.
You. How fitting you should choose this moment to show your worthless faith. It would appear your attempts to dissuade the Jamaicans from becoming bedfellows with the cartel were wholly inadequate. Yardie pushers line Liberty Street selling packets of spank like they were selling hot dogs. Those cartel pigs are laughing at us. At me. I will give you one last chance to prove my sister's faith in you to be well-founded. Run these scumbags into the ground and wash your shame in rivers of our enemy's blood!
So Kenji is not happy with Claude, and honestly, I find this a little messed up. I find this a little messed up with Kenji after everything Claude did for him. So basically the whole thing with, you know, turning the Yardies against the cartel did not work. And Kenji blames Claude. He blames Claude for it not working. And that's a little, you know, messed up on Kenji's part. So yeah, when you do this mission, make sure you get a car that's really fast. Oh. Whew, that was close. Let me take your gun. Like, make sure when you do this mission, guys, you got a real fast car. So basically, the Yardies are the #1 toughest street gang in, of course, Liberty. And so that's another bad thing about the Yakuza. They don't have any street gangs on their side. The Leones, they got the Red Jack Hoods on their side, and the cartel, they got the Yardies on their side now. The Yakuza, they don't got any street gangs on their side. They don't got anyone on their side. They don't got any, like, you know, street people on their side. Like, it's not like with, you know, like how the cartel and the Leones and the cartel, they definitely got people on their side. I ain't got time for this shit. Please let there be a car here. Please let there be a car here. Yes, this will do. This will do. This will do. I know I said to do a fast car, guys, but I gotta take what I gotta get. Oh man, I gotta do this mission again. All because I bumped into that cop.
Like I give a shit. Once again, the planetarium is robbing endeavors.
All because I got stopped by a cop. cop. I had to find a really vehicle right away. So anyway, to refresh yourselves, basically the last mission we did when we tried to impersonate the Yardies, it didn't work because obviously the cartel saw us and they know the Yardies are not betraying them. Of course, the police really love me in this mission. Oh man, the cops are really in love with me today, guys. And there's no bribing. Yes, this one will do, this one will do, this one will do. This one is better, this one is way better. And not a bribe in sight. Alright, we got some more. Well, then what I say is good to do this with a fast car. Okay, so Kenji really paid us not too much. And I think that's a little messed up what Kenji did. Like, he blamed Claude, like he treated Claude like he didn't even try. And we all know that Claude did try. It's not his fault that the cartel knew that wasn't the Yardies. But either way, I'm going to end this right here, guys. And next time when I do this, we will be doing Ray's missions. And that's the last of Kenji's missions. And the next time when we do this, we will be doing Ray's next time all of Ray Makowski, the corrupt police officer's missions. So, like, subscribe. This is Gwave030 signing out now. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys learned something about the Yakuza. Again, sorry I stopped talking for a while, and I wasn't talking for a while. A friend of mine called, and I had to answer the phone. So, yeah, so stay tuned for tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be doing Ray's missions. I hope y'all enjoy, and this is Gwave signing out. Peace.